could be a variable too. When we determine the relationship can be found or determined between two variables or a variable and a literal. So how do we do that? For that purpose, we need to get the examples. For example, let me share the screen and show you the example. Allow me to clear the board. Yes. Now, relation. Let us talk about relational operator. So we are now in relational operators. The relational operators, they consist of the following: greater than, smaller than, greater than equals to, smaller than equals to, double equals to, and not equals to. The first one is greater than simple, smaller than simple, greater than equals to, smaller than equals to, double equals to. This checks the equality. It checks equality. And this obviously checks non-equality. The double equals to checks the equality, means it determines whether both the quantities are equal, and the last one checks if both the quantities are not equal. So what does they return? These all operators, the relational operators, returns a Boolean value. They returns Boolean value. So what are the Boolean values? They are either be true or they could be false. So what does we get from the relational operation? We get true or false from relational operators. Now, then comes the next is thing else, logical operators. Now, what are logical operators are? Logical operators. Let us talk about logical operators. The logical operators combines, or it is used to perform logical operations, and they consist, they may also use to combine two or more relations. They are actually, these logical operators are basically used to combine two or more relationship or relations. Now, how do we do that is, say, y equals to 3 and z equals to 9. So these are the three variables we have declared. We can check using the relationship if x greater than y. Correct? This is a relational operator, and we can also check if y greater than z. Now, to combine these two different relationships, we can use the logical operator S. The logical operators may be in the form of and, or it can be even in the form of or. So this way we combine two or more relationship through logical operators. So for one logical operator, what we had found, that is, we read it as and, then we read it as or, and the last one, the exclamation mark, we read it as not. These three are the logical operators, and they can be used for performing various logical operations. Okay, now, so we will see the use of these operators later in our programs. For the time being, we are done with the operators. Now comes the precedence of operator. Now, what do you mean by precedence of operator? Operator precedence actually means if there is a number of operators in an expression, if there is a number of operators in an expression, in which order those operators are executed. If there is a number of operators in an expression, in which order they gets evaluated, is termed as precedence of operator. For example, in maths, you had done simplifications, a lot of simplifications you had done, and you are doing it from class 4 onward. So what is the rule you follow in maths to perform the simplification? You follow Bode-Mass. So Bode-Mass rule: first the bracket, then off, then division, then multiplication and addition, and last is subtraction. Here in computer, there is no brackets actually. The brackets, those always gets executed as in maths. Brackets, they are executed first as they are being executed in maths. Here also the brackets gets executed first. Okay, within the bracket, if there is bracket and there is a number of operation in the bracket itself, then there must be some rule, some precedence. The precedence is, according to the computer, it is being followed by MDAS, MDAS. First the multiplication, then the division, then addition, and at last it is subtraction. But in maths it is DMAS. In computer it is MDAS. They are bit different. First the multiplication, and it is being followed from left to right. As we move from left to right, those are being conducted. Now you can see, observe, multiplication and division both have same precedence. Multiplication and division both have same precedence, means both of their weightage is equal. Which one appears first, that will be done first. Which operator appears first, that operation will be done first. But if there is multiplication and addition together, in that case, multiplication is first executed, then the addition. Little differences there. We will check in programs later. हम लोग देखेंगे program बना के. And beside that, there are a few more operators like unary operators. Those are plus plus, minus minus, plus plus. It is termed as increment operator. What is the function of plus plus is? Plus plus increases the value of a variable by 1. Now how it is done, we will obviously get it soon. Let us write a program then to calculate the sum of two numbers. We had only did the first program, and that is to print a message. That is the only program we did. So let us start programming with addition of two numbers. Slowly we will move on and we will perform much more critical calculations. But before that, this is the end of your chapter. And accepting through main method, we will not discuss it because that is not the part of Java program actually. Java do not allow, in Java, the accepting through main method is not easy. In BlueJ, it may happen. In BlueJ, it is easier. But in Java, it is quite difficult to accept values through the main method. Next day, as we had completed the chapter, I think this is chapter 5. Chapter, let me check once again. Which chapter we had just completed? Yes, we had completed chapter 5. So next day, we'll discuss the question answers of this chapter. So, discussion means I will answer, you will check, or I know you people are very lazy to do the any task given. So I'll be answering the questions. You just need to copy them and fare them up later. Tomorrow, next day, we will discuss about the question answer of chapter 5. So get prepared accordingly. Today, we are going to write some programs. Okay. So let us start. With the sharing of the screen. This one we don't need anymore. We need BlueJ. Let it open up. So here is the first program to print the sum. We already did it, isn't it? We already did it. So once again, to print the sum of two numbers. To print the sum of two numbers, we need two numbers. Correct? Then what we need? We need to also store the result. So we had declared the variable as result. Now result equals to x plus y. Find now system.out.println sum equals to plus. Now compile it. Very simple. You can see no syntax error. Close and execute. Isn't it simple? Very simple, isn't it? So now let us do some further calculation. Let us make a program to find the area. Find the area of a square. Okay, you can see I had named it FND find area of square. For that, write a program to assume the sides side, there is only one, of a square and calculate the area and perimeter. Okay, now, so what we need to remove all this, then there, what we need a integer means side, and we assume the value as 6 centimeter. Then what we need an integer for area. Area equals to, what do we know? Side into side. Now you can see the operator used. The operator is the star, multiplication symbol. And what do we need? Perimeter, isn't it? Another one, I'm not writing the full form, perimeter. Instead of that, what is the formula? 2 into, sorry, if it is a square, it is 4 into side. Now you need to print. Area. So what is the variable we stored the area in? Is area. Okay. Now another one. We need to print the perimeter. What is the variable we stored the perimeter is peri. Now done. Compile it. No error. You can observe here, no syntax error. Close. Now execute. You can see the area is 36 and the perimeter is 24 because we had taken the area, the side as 6 centimeter. Okay, now hopefully this is clear to everyone. Now we are going to write another program to find the volume of cube. So let us take volume of cuboid. Okay, cuboid. Then write a program. Write a program to assume length, breadth, height of cuboid and calculate the volume. Okay. Now from here we need to remove all them. Remove public static what we need length, say 10, breadth, say 8, and height, say 3. So what should be the volume? And volume equals to L into D into I. Okay. And why? No syntax error, close, execute. And observe the answer is correct. So this way we write a program. Can we use without writing this statement? We don't want to write this. Now, here we need to put it in L into D into H. So if you also do this, this is also correct. No syntax error. Now, so this output is the same. So this way we can also use the direct output without using the variable. Now, when should we use variable and when we should not use variable? We should use variable when there is need to execute or to keep the data safe for further execution. If we need the data for further processing, we must use a variable. And if we don't need the data for further processing, we can directly print the result. Okay, this way we can use our program or design our program so that we minimizes the something about here. So you can observe there is 10 minutes left before we continue. Let me take the attendance, and for that I'm going to stop the sharing of the screen. It's attendance time. So for attendance. Yes. The first one is Ayush Ranjan. Ranjan. Second is Aditya Kumar. Third, Aditya Raj. Ranjan. Akshat Raj Pushkar. Akshat Raj Pushkar is there. And we have Anurag Bharti. Anurag Bharti. Aditya Akshat and Raj. Anurag Bharti is not in my class. Aryan Lal, Aryan Lal was here, showing Aryan Lal, and Nita Singh, Nita Singh, I've seen this name previously. Yes, Nita Singh is there. Then we have Madhav Kumar. Madhav, Madhav Kumar is there. And we have Muskan Kumari. Muskan Kumari, Nida Rashid. Nida Rashid. So this name. Yes, Nida Rashid is there. Prince Kumar Jani. Prince Kumar Jani. Prince Kumar Jani is there. And we have Ram Krishna. Krishna. Krishna is there. Vanit Raj. Vanit Raj. Ritika Singh. Ritika Singh. Rohit Bhatia. Rohit Bhatia. Saiba Firdaus. Saiba Firdaus. साइबा फिरदौस का नाम यही है। साइबा फिरदौस का नाम सौरभ कुमार। सौरभ कुमार का नाम देखिए, सौरभ कुमार। शौर्या सक्षम। शौर्या सक्षम। सौरभ कुमार। There is two Saurabh Kumars. I don't know which Saurabh Kumar you are. Snehlata Kumari is there. सृष्टि अभिनव का हो गया। विवेक कुमार। विवेक कुमार है। अंकित राज। अंकित राज। Okay, now we have attendance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we have 22 students in the class. So, who the other two you think your name is not being called or you may have missed? Muskan Kumari. मुस्कान कुमारी का दिया नहीं दिया तो मुस्कान कुमारी का भी हो गया. So one more only, and I think that is साइबा फिरदौस. साइबा फिरदौस यहाँ पे कोई नहीं है. So साइबा फिरदौस, you are not in 8B. साइबा फिरदौस, if you can listen me, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Yes, Saiba, if you can hear me. सौर्या सक्षम हो गया, अटेंडेंस हो गया. मुझे साइबा फिरदौस से बात करनी है. साइबा फिरदौस, नाम क्या है?
Yes, sir.
साइबा फिरदौस ही नाम
Why
है.
not?
I don't know,
Yes, sir.
dear. I don't know why it happened with you, but your name I
Sir,
cannot
please
find.
check.
Yes, I'm checking, and accordingly I called you now. Accordingly I called you. There is no name. Your name is not there. Oh, my dear, your name is not there. So, are you in 8B? Saiba, no. You are a lot of sounds are there. Now, who's this? Sorry, Sachin. Yes. Sorry. Hello.
Sir,
Sorry.
you have make my attendance.
Yes, yes, obviously. I said you know. Previously also you
Sir,
raised the hand.
sir, y- before this class, sir, after, before, sir, you have tell that my name is not in the list. So
I had put
that
you,
day I was also I was also
that
present, sir.
day I said you know I'll put your name somewhere. तुमको बोले थे ना रे. सौरभ, Saurya Sakcham, isn't it? अरे सौर्या सक्षम अभी तो नाम बुलाए थे शायद. अभी नाम बुलाए थे ना रे. सौर्या सक्षम, शौर्य सक्षम बोले थे. Because actually what happened is your names, they are not in order. I need to put them in order. Okay. Still now if you misses, पता नहीं हम शायद नाम तुम्हारा पुकारे थे और अटेंडेंस भी दिए. अगर नहीं भी दिए, नेक्स्ट डे